XRP's price action fell by over 7% during Friday's trading session. Since then, we have had a little bit of recovery by around that 5 to 6% to the upside. In today's video, we're going to be addressing the most recent price action on XRP, where I'll be sharing my thoughts and opinions as to where I think the price action is heading next. As I get into today's video, if you do find it useful and informative, smash that like button. If you are new to the channel, subscribe. Let's go ahead and take a look at what's going on with XRP. We're going to kick things off right here. This is XRP paired up with USDT. We're on the 1 hour Binance chart. Following on from the video that we were talking about on Friday, we were looking for long or short. We were actually hopeful that maybe we would move up towards the 200 EMA. And of course, we had a really tight stop loss on this one. Okay, as you can kind of see here, let me just move this one over to the side for a second. Okay, so you can see here that we were looking for a bit of a long to the upside. We did break down lower than the previous swing low, indicating that we were in fact in a more bearish time. So we did get stopped out, which is why I said it was important to hedge against that by having a short that would open at the point of liquidation. And we can see here that this did not get stopped out. It got close to it, but it didn't get stopped out, and we took profit here. So we would have taken a small L in order to get the W later down the line. So sometimes when the market can kind of be very indecisive the way that it was, we like to hedge against our bets by basically having a reversal pattern in place here. Okay, so that's kind of played out quite nicely. We did obviously see a more aggressive sell-off. So if we were and more advanced users into trading, we'd probably look at like trailing stops and things like that. And we could have seen some really good lucrative profit there. Okay, so it's good to see those trade ideas kind of playing out quite nicely here for XRP. Now, since our swing low, which is all the way down here, guys, coming in at 48.6 cents. This has kind of got a bit of an eerie vibe to it because we were talking about these breakdowns from this pattern, losing that previous swing low that we had over here at 50.68. Not that long ago, it was a few weeks ago, we were talking about this being a very unfortunately bearish pattern, and we did obviously break higher than the previous swing highs, and that gave us hope that maybe we could push out towards that 75 to 85 cent areas into this B wave. However, this breakdown now confirms that that is not the case, and we are looking at our B wave being over here. Okay, so things are progressing kind of in line with our broader macroeconomic views on XRP, okay? And of course, right now, we can see that we're testing out resistance on the 50 EMA, 50 SMAs, okay? So we can see here that this is the key area that we've been dancing around with. Since we lost them, we kind of find ourselves kind of finding and testing these out, and we're testing it again right now, okay? So the next kind of move here for XRP looks to me likely to be a short position. Taking a look at momentum, it is starting to shift down in a bearish way. So we've had the bearish cross here with the stochastic RSI, the yellow line, crossing the white line, which is called the smoothing of K. It's basically a glorified moving average of the stochastic RSI. So here we can see that we have got the bearish cross, and we are looking for moves to the downside. Turn that off and bring in the divergence indicator. We are above the mid level here, so indicating more of a bullish vibe, but I don't think we're necessarily just ready on the 1 hour time frame to see progression to the upside. But potentially we are looking for a bit more of a relief rally to the upside, maybe on a more medium time frame. Taking a look at our histogram here, the histogram shows us, again, some divergences that are occurring specifically within this little move to the upside. Let me zoom in here so you guys can see. We have got higher highs going on here, but whilst we have higher highs going on, we can also see that there's a diminishing potential within here. It's not as good as you would like it to be because we can see that it's more like a double top than it is a kind of clear divergence. So we want to be a little bit mindful about that, but it does show that we have lack of momentum. So we have these highs, we have these highs, and we have a peak here and a lower peak here. Essentially, this shows that as we push up into higher highs on this 1 hour time frame, there isn't a lot of buying pressure going into it. So like I was saying, we can see resistance coming here on the 50 EMA, 50 SMA, momentum shifting on the stochastic RSI, and we can see divergences, although they're not the best divergences in the world, but we can also see divergences on the MACD histogram. Basically, it looks like we're about to get rejected from this level. Okay, the key areas for this is basically looking at whether or not we turn into support in and around this area right here. Snap that in at 51.44. If we start to get a closed position lower than 51.44, I think that's going to be the entry that we look for on the short, and we're not going to go massive on this one, okay? At least not from my point of view. So from my kind of risk adverse kind of trading strategies, I would be looking at an entry around, as I said, 51.44. Stop loss, I'm going to put higher than the previous swing high over here. Okay, if it does rally up higher than this, then there's a chance that maybe we will target out the 200 EMA, and we're going to look for 1.5 on the risk reward ratio, which essentially is this little area just down here. So basically, entry 51.44, stop loss 51.95, and our take profit at 50.67. That to me seems to be probably the most probable scenario here for XRP on the 1 hour time frame, looking for a bit more of a move to the downside. But I suspect we will see another relief rally, and we probably will target out the 200 EMA in due course. So of course, like I said before, what we could do is change up things a little bit here, where if we do hit that stop loss, we can go for a tight stop loss there and target out the 200 EMA on the long position. And again, any risk that you were here going down, and if we do stop out on the short, then we can enter into a long and target out the 200 EMA, and that's a 1.93 risk reward ratio. So again, we'll be looking for entry at around 51.96, stop loss lower than the 50 EMA, 50 SMA at the 51.52, I believe it is. And then we would be looking for take profit at 52.81. Okay, so we kind of want to kind of hedge those bets a little bit with the volatility that we potentially could see here in the market. Okay, so for XRP, my main idea, I'm going to move the long out of the way there and just keep it to one side. My main idea is going to be going short on the market, as I think that's where the momentum is shifting to. But should we hit stop loss, we enter a long and we target out a 200 EMA for a 1.93 risk reward ratio. Talking about trading, we have an incredible deal for you guys today. How does a 10% cash back bonus up to 2,000 USDT sound? That's right, Blowfin is offering an incredible promotion, but it's only available to the first 100 users, so you'll need to act fast. Blowfin is a top cryptocurrency exchange and is giving new users a fantastic opportunity. When you sign up using the special link in the description, you will get a 10% cashback bonus up to 2,000 USDT in futures bonus. And the best part, it's first come, first server basis. So the first 100 users to sign up will be the ones to claim this fantastic bonus. Here's how you can jump in. Step 1, click the special link in the description down below to sign up to Blowfin. Step 2, once you're in, start trading on the futures. Step 3, you'll automatically get a 10% cashback bonus in futures, up to 2,000 USDT if you're one of the first 100 users to sign up. So what are you waiting for? This is a limited time and only for the first 100 users to get this incredible deal. Click the link in the description down below, sign up to Blowfin and secure your 10% cashback up to 2,000 USDT before it's gone. Don't miss out on this amazing offer from Blowfin. Remember, it's first come, first serve, so hit that link and start trading and depositing on Blowfin today. Good luck and happy trading. Okay, so let's go ahead and roll this up into a daily time frame. Our daily time frame has been in a short since we were getting rejected on the 200 EMA. Okay, so as we can see here, we tested out the 200 EMA on the 14th of October, 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th, 20th, and 21st before finally really getting this push to the downside. On this idea, we were talking about entry at the 55.23, stop loss at 59.06, and take profit is at 43.15. With this biggest breakdown that we've seen at the moment, we are obviously in a decent amount of profit from entry here down to the wick close that we saw in a couple of days ago, coming in at 12.17 with a little bit of leverage. That is incredibly profitable. We are still looking for further moves to the downside. Obviously we didn't push up as high as we were looking for, so now we can kind of just double check to make sure that everything is still kind of in line with those expectations on this short. But as I was talking about in the previous video, I'm thinking that we are not going to completely go down as low as maybe we need to. Okay, and so we want to be thinking about keeping this short open maybe not all that much longer before really starting to think about closing the short and going into a long. Our momentum is interesting. Okay, so we have really big divergences going on here. Okay, so we have a lower low with a really weak histogram. Okay, so we can see that we have positive bullish divergence happening here. Okay, so we want to think about closing this short position probably within the next kind of 24 to 48 hours, if not already closed at that low of 48 cent. Okay, so ultimately, I think this short position is burnt. I think it's done. We've seen some good profit, but we probably don't want to focus in on it all that much longer. I'll leave it on the chart here just for a couple more days or so. But momentum, I think, is not supporting a bearish move for XRP at the moment. You can see here on the stochastic RSI as well on this daily time frame, positive bullish cross, and we are looking for momentum to start shifting upwards. So again, not giving us those bearish vibes at the moment. You can see also the relative strength index, although it is lower than 50, it has started to rise up a bit, indicating that maybe momentum is starting to turn. Here you can see as well on the volume profiles, obviously lower lows on the price action, but also lower lows on volume, basically indicating there's weakness in this move to the downside at the moment. Okay, so although it's still possible that we do push down a little bit deeper in terms of our price action, I don't think it's worth maybe holding the short position all that much more. I don't think we're going to reach our target range of this level, and we can see a potential truncated C wave. Alternatively, of course, what we actually find is a bounce to the upside, okay, reaching up back to this previous area of resistance at around 53 cents, and then looking to break on down into a final three-wave pattern. Okay, so coming in more like this, A, B, and C, still not reaching those lows. So to be honest with you, I think we are going to be looking at what coming out of this this short position. It is a 3.15 risk reward ratio. If I lift this up to my typical 1.5, we should have already taken profit right here. In fact, a couple days ago, we would have hit the 1.5 and kind of run that one done. So yeah, for the most part, I think that we have kind of reached those expectations now. When it comes to XRP, I think we should be thinking about basically not really going too heavy in short positions on the daily time frame, and we're just going to be waiting for reversal patterns to start forming so that we can potentially go long on the price action. Okay, so all in all, we are seeing pretty much the typical kind of stuff. The higher range basically being our resistance, the lower range being the support. Again, for reference, we're talking 65 to 75 cents is the resistance. And on the low side, we are, of course, talking about support coming in here between 33 and 46 cents. So we are right where we need to be on this kind of bigger macro piece. If I bring up our histogram here as well, you can see that the price action is getting ready for a big move. Okay, so we have ourselves a series of higher lows. Whilst that is going on, we can see that the histogram is supporting that. And we can also see here that there are some volatile movements with the price action on the higher side. And whilst we are seeing that, we're also seeing here this kind of pincer movement going on in the price action and in the histogram. Basically, it's not just XRP, it's Bitcoin as well. We're gearing up for a big move. Now that can go in either direction. We could have some fundamental news that really drags the market down, and the market is basically just waiting for key pieces of data. I think we are going to see a positive bullish break to the upside based on momentum based indicators and the price action as it sits today. I think we're going to see everything kind of really come into fruition around the election, right? So November 5th. I think we're going to see a lot going on with whether Trump wins or not. I don't think it's overly too problematic for the price action. I do think the market is going to react positively once we kind of get across the line with that fundamental piece of news. Probably only last a couple of weeks to the upside, and then we'll probably be looking for more to the calling off to the downside again. But for the most part, we are right where we need to be when it comes to XRP's price action. We have been consolidating for quite some time, kind of just going sideways. I know a lot of people kind of say XRP is stable. It kind of has been, but that's also due to its use case, right? You have to bear in mind that XRP is designed to be stable. It's designed for, cross-border payments, that kind of stuff, high liquidity. When we talk about liquidity, we talk about stability, right? Those two things go hand in hand. In a market that is not liquid, you have extreme volatility. And in a market that is liquid, it is a very stable market. You can almost argue that a highly liquid market is essentially a stablecoin market. Okay, so where we sit at the moment, we're into some pretty interesting stuff. I do still see potential breaks to the upside, but of course we need to see a little bit more of what is going on first. But all in all, I'm not too concerned about the price action. It's been kind of playing out quite nicely across these different time frames. Of course, these are just my thoughts and opinions. on the data in the charts as I see it. What do you think? Let me know in the comments down below, or join us in our free Discord server linked in the description. And of course, guys, if you haven't done so already, hit that like button, subscribe if you are new to the channel, and check this video out right here. It's not one that you're going to want to miss.